Everything that I've been doing, I've actually been doing it for that many years. Yes, I'm an older gentleman that is still doing it. My mother gave me the drive, my grandmother gave me the bigger drive, and my father gave me the big drive. But it was my grandfather who kept me straight. And he was the oldest in the family. But he understood that I wanted to do something. So the first thing that I did that was very, very conductive and conducive is when I was 4, because I'd be embarrassed to tell you about what I did when I was 2. When I was 4, I heard drums in the next block. And at that time, I was almost 4. So I wasn't able to travel across the big highway 2-lane. It was a highway in Elkton, Maryland. So an older brother had to walk me across that big highway in 2 streets, going up, one going down. But Mr. Haywood allowed me to sit on his front porch at that time. Because at that time, I had no idea what money was about. I'm almost 4, but I'm listening to the drums. And I've been listening to everybody that Mr. Haywood was teaching. Now, I wasn't able to go into the house because I had no money. So I could sit on the porch and listen to who he was teaching. And I made my first mistake. I think I was about 6 when I finally made the mistake. I spoke without him asking me or telling me to say something. So I got caught speaking to the students. And Mr. Haywood came in and he said, "Out! Out! You don't exist!" And all I could do was cry. I begged for the whole weekend. And I told him that I would never do that again. I'd never do that again. Would you please let me back? I went to every student that he had to their parents' house and asked them if I could come back. And that Sunday night, Mr. Haywood says, "Okay, I'm going to let you back in. But remember, you don't exist." And I was about to open my mouth. "Yes, sir." That's all I... From then on, everything was cool. Because I shut up until I was asked to speak. I'd shut up until he asked me to show what he was talking about. I'd shut up until anything that somebody wanted, if they wanted to ask me, they had to ask me outside and when I was on my paper route. But I did not speak until spoken to, and doing exactly what I was supposed to do. And I loved him, I loved him, and I loved him, I loved him for everything that I was doing. And to today, I'm still loving everything that I do. Yes, I got a big mouth, and I'm always ready to speak, but only when asked. And if I look at you hard enough, I'm going to try my best to get you to make sure you call me. Because I've been teaching all my life, and I finally get a good age that I can continue. You know, and people say you don't have to teach anymore. No, that's a lie. They're just trying to get me to shut up. I'm going to speak as long as I can. And as long as anybody wants to listen. Because I love what I do. And I'm good at it. So I'm extremely pleased to see all the people that, all these pictures that you have up here, and all the things they've been showing and everything else. And it's a nice feeling, because I work with every last one of them, at the pictures that are being shown. Yeah, right there, and over there, and in the back, and over here. It's a nice feeling. But I have learned my lesson. I have learned how to shut up. Right here.
When did Mr. Hayward give you an opportunity to play on the stage? When did you get that opportunity?
Are you sure you want to hear this? Okay. Mr. Hayward worked every Friday and Saturday night. Big band. 14-piece orchestra. But when it was time to take a break, Mr. Hayward would go outside and go to the car, and I would say, okay, Mr. Hayward, I got your water, I got your water. I'd give him his big glass of water. He'd go, sit in the car. Go to sleep. When it was time for them to wake up, I was sitting at the drums, ready to finish the job. Because Mr. Hayward was out in the car, sleep. Now, I'm not going to say anything else about it. But I had his water. I only gave him his water. Because I never smelled it, and I wasn't about to. I wasn't taking any chances. I don't want anybody thinking that I would tell a lie, that I'm not carrying Mr. Hayward's water. Because lying was the worst thing that you could possibly do in my house. It was 15 of us. So you don't lie. I don't know which was worse, the back or the front. You got a woman. And I got lots of wounds. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell them the truth. I helped Mr. Hayward, whatever he wanted, do exactly what he said. But I got caught that one time. That one time almost cost me. So, anymore. I'd stretch the truth, but I didn't lie. And I would still always give him his water from a distance. I never, ever smelled that water. I don't know anybody didn't lie. It was water. That's what he gave me. He gave it to me. I walk around with it till he was in the car, about to go to sleep. I give him his water. When it was time, at 30 minutes, I'd be sitting at the drums, ready to play.
What was y'all playing? Was your swing music, big band? What were you playing? Like swing music, big band?
Everything. You name it. You had to play everything in the
Purdie. What is everything? Can you explain what
jazz, blues, gospel, reggae. It didn't matter. I was fortunate enough that the teacher, Mr. Hayward himself, is the one who taught me how to read music, how to play music. But I was smart enough, after that one time, I learned how to say, yes sir, no sir, and whatever else came down the pipe, I don't want to know it. I do not want to know about anything else because that little teeny, weeny, maybe not telling all the truth might get me in trouble. So I refuse to lie. And I refuse to give anything negative. I was always the goody two-shoe.
So let me ask you a question. So at this point, you're obviously good at what you do. At that point in your career, right? You're good at what you do. New York was the next step.
Next step.
From leaving Elton, you went to New York. What was that like? Why New York?
Why do you want to take me out of the summer? Okay, I'll be brief. Well, what took me out of, I was a newspaper boy. Mr. Stanley was the man that owned the newspaper, but he was also the mayor of Elkton and Cecil County. Mr. Berkey was a member of the House of Delegates. And when it was time to graduate, I finally was able to move from Elkton High School to Elkton all-white school. Yes, I was the first to immigrate in the state of Maryland, and I spent my last year at college, and from there went straight to Baltimore, to Morgan State. Had 2 years at Morgan State, and got lucky. Came to New York with a band I brought from Baltimore, and within 1 week, I ran into a young lady called Sylvia Robinson. And I'm sure that everybody here knows about Sylvia Robinson. Yes. This young lady was Mickey and Sylvia. But the one that put me on the map, the real map, happened to be another young lady. And That song was Just One Look. That's right.
I'm afraid of this because he's leaving some stuff out. He said he got lucky, but again, your whole thing is just hustle, hustle, hustle. You believe so much in yourself. Your band played a gig, right? And that night, you decided to just drive to New York after the gig. Am I getting it? Do I have it right? I have it right? But to have that kind of confidence in yourself, you had more confidence in your band members than they had in themselves. Because the saxophone player just got up off the bandstand and quit.
He went back to Baltimore. I don't blame him. I mean, we didn't have anything else going for it, except I did. Yes. And I got that job. That job came up because I happened to be walking past the bar for all the musicians. I wasn't quite old enough, so they didn't know that. The young man that was the contractor was looking for musicians to go make this demo. And when I saw him, I knew who he was. He was a bass player. And he was in the bar talking about, yeah, I'm looking for drummers and guitar players. I said, well, I'm a drummer. I can do it. I can play anything. I can do anything. I play any kind of music. Anything. And I followed him around New York Street, 50th Street, around the corner to 49th, to the other bar, across the street, to the other bar, coming back up the hill to the other bar, and got to 51st Street, around the corner, into a recording studio that was in the basement. And it was 4 other musicians already sitting there. And then there was a big glass in the back, and then you had 3 people back there. Now, I didn't know who they were, but I was outside talking with the band, and they were asking me what did I do. I said, well, I'm a drummer. I can play anything. I just kept going at that, and they said, okay, relax. And sure enough, they were arguing in the control room. So they told me, listen, get on the drum, just try it, just see what we got here. So I go sit on the drums. She was out in the booth, and they started playing the song. She started just I started making the accents, the bass player, the guitar player, and the keyboard. They were looking, yeah. We started playing. They were still arguing in the control room. So we were playing this song, and something is going on. Finally, the engineer, he said, hey, you're doing something out there. So he said, okay, push the button. And what they heard was just one look. She was singing, yeah. Demo. It was a real demo.
Can we play a little bit of that?
What?
Yeah.
Can we play a little bit of that? Sound like somebody got it done.
What?
They they used it for a Coca-Cola commercial or something later on.
Oh, the Coca. Oh my God. The Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola ended up being 50 different commercials. 50 different commercials. We got paid.
So you have the royalty check right there.
That was a royalty check. Yeah.
So that was your first break. That was your first break in the sense.
That was the first.
That was the one that catapulted you to stardom.
Yeah, well,